Hey guys, welcome back to Quarantine Kitchen. I'm Paul. It's always great to see you. We're making Cajun Lasagna Roll-Ups today. Here's what you'll need. We'll need a ton of shrimp, a bunch of andouille sausage, a diced onion, a lot of shredder, some lasagna noodles, some flour, butter, our old friend salt and pepper, ricotta cheese, Cajun seasoning, a can of diced tomatoes, a little olive oil. We'll need some milk, and of course, we'll need some garlic. Okay. Not gonna lie, this one is a little involved. It does have a few moving parts, but stick with it and it'll definitely be worth it. After you wash your hands, put a pot of water on to boil, off camera. Then get out the olive oil and drizzle a few glugs into a pan. Once the pan is hot, pick up the andouille slices and drop them all in there. Follow it up with the diced onion. Get it? Because it's one onion. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I'm sure you saw this coming. Stir the sausage and onions together in the hot oil for a while. You want the sausage to turn brown and the onions to turn more golden. Try to get all the oil mixed in with everything so it steams up. Then grab about a couple pounds of raw shrimp and dump them in. Stir them around for a minute or two. The shrimp are delicate, so they don't need to be in the pan long. They'll cook even more once they're in the oven. It's time for the can of diced tomatoes. Shovel them into the mix and give them another good stir to get that tomato love spread around. Of course, it's that time again. Drop your garlic, and big surprise, stir it in. And this is called Cajun Lasagna Roll-Ups, so you're going to want to use a healthy amount of Cajun seasoning. Go ahead and stir that all around before inviting our good friends Salt and Pepper to this party. Not to be left out, they will need to be stirred in as well. Now, the ricotta cheese. Just dump in the whole container. Take the time to mix that in thoroughly. Just like with everything edible, the more the cheese touches, the better it gets. And those of you who are listening to my voice might remember that this whole thing starts by putting on a pot of water to boil. Well, it's likely boiling by now, so get those lasagna noodles and toss them into the pot. Don't be afraid to push those suckers around if you have to. They need to be submerged. Then give it a hat, get out a third pan, and hurl a chunk of butter in. Watch it melt super quickly and grab the flour. Pour a bunch into the buttery pan and stir it for a while until it kind of looks like soiled kitty litter. We're going to soften things up now with the milk. Pour some in and get ready to take a big whisk. It's gonna be whiskey business for a while now. You just keep on whisking until it's pasty and begins to kind of resemble the glue you might use to hang wallpaper. Never fear, more cheese is here. Dump it in and take the deserved time needed to slowly mix in that golden goodness. Just look at it melt into perfection. Put the heat on low, grab a baking dish, lube it up with some cooking spray, and set it aside. Drain the noodles off camera, place one on a side plate, and dump on some of the Cajun mix. Roll the mixture up into the noodle and set it into the lubed up baking dish. You're going to do this a bunch of times until you fill up the baking dish. This is when you'll find out if you really wanted to make this dinner or not. The mixture does not work well with others, and it takes some concentration to roll these up. Expect them to squirt out the sides all the time. Also, do not social distance these roll-ups. Really shove them into the dish. It's gonna get messy. Things are gonna slide. Just keep going no matter what. Once you have a capacity crowd, get that cheesy goodness over and scoop it on top of these roll-ups. Use a big spoon to smooth it all over the top. After fighting with all these roll-ups, feel free to take your time spreading it around. Now cover it in foil and throw it into the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or a $177 Celsius for my international audience. After about 20 minutes, yank that sucker out of the oven and remove the aluminum foil. Then toss it back in the oven for another 15 minutes or so. You want the top to look like there's gold in them thar hills. Shovel these glorious triumphs onto a plate, and behold! And that's how you make Cajun Lasagna Roll-Ups, which I am really looking forward to getting into. For more recipes and videos like this, go ahead and drop a like on this one, or you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on my face around here somewhere. This has been Quarantine Kitchen. I'm Paul Desman. See you next time. It's basically baby wipes, but for dudes who like want to wipe their ass with a baby wipe.
Yeah, it fucks up the plumbing.
Yeah.